in this week's Curiosity Corner, we asked this question. How can Christianity say it is one man, one wife, when the Bible clearly has people who married multiple women and still had good relationship with God? So, should Christians consider polygamy to be right or wrong? This particular video caught the attention of a lot of people. In fact, somebody actually shared it and said, "I am glad this is coming from a woman." According to him, he thinks polygamy is right, and women should join in and support this motion so that everybody can be freer to express themselves. But the question is polygamy right or wrong? Oftentimes, we hear people make emphasis on how a lot of great men in the Bible were polygamous and still had a good relationship with God. Therefore, polygamy shouldn't be considered a sin or morally wrong. The truth is that the Bible never clearly said that polygamy is a sin. But each time polygamy is mentioned in the Bible, we are always referred back to the creation of Adam and Eve. In Matthew 19, when some Pharisees came to test Jesus, they asked him, "Is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any reason?" And he replied them saying, "Have you not read that in the beginning God created them male and female? And for this reason, a man should leave his mother and his father and cling unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no man separate." When you trace the history of polygamy in the Bible, you will see that it started with Lamech, a descendant of Cain. He married 2 wives and was considered to be a murderer. When you carefully examine the other characters in the Bible that practiced polygamy, you will see that polygamy was not portrayed as an achievement. It was simply men that allowed themselves to be controlled by the flesh, which brought about unnecessary disputes in their bloodline, which would not have been the case if they had followed the initial plan of God. For instance, Jacob married 2 wives, Leah and Rachel. His first son, Reuben, that was born from Leah, went to sleep with Jacob's concubine in Genesis 35 verse 22. David married multiple women. Then David's son, Ammon, raped his half-sister, Tamar, and then was killed by Tamar's full brother, Absalom, in 2 Samuel chapter 13. Absalom then tried to take his father's throne and slept with all his father's concubines in 2 Samuel chapter 16. Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines, and his wives turned his heart away from God in 2 Kings chapter 11.